and all you hear is. Are you one of the edited trikes? Yeah, you literally look like a big one. Yeah, he is. Oh, okay. Well, he just stole from me. I thought you guys were aggressive though. That's crazy. You're huge. Okay, I just. Oh fuck. Well. So this is gonna go back way back when I was a young buck. Okay. It was back in maybe 3rd grade. I had this friend. We're gonna call him Andre. Yeah, we're gonna call him Andre. I had this friend named Andre, and I'd always be outside because I could never ever play my game. Anytime I'd play my game, one of my siblings would either try to play with me, which was the most annoying thing ever, or I just get kicked off for whatever reason. And yeah, so I was always outside. And Andre had lived in my apartment complex. Andre was, how do I say this? He was strange. He was strange. He kind of didn't have any friends either, or any siblings. He was an only child. And he would do really like messed up things to the apartment complexes, and I'm gonna get into it. But yeah, just to kind of establish a relationship, I was always outside, he was always outside, so we hung out. And one of our first expeditions was to the pool, to the apartment complex's pool. And when we got to the pool, it was closed, so we jumped over the fence. You know, we're kids, so a fence isn't gonna stop us, right? We can squeeze through the bars and jump over it. So that's what we did. I squeezed through the bar and he jumped over it. And so we weren't planning to get in the pool. We were just kind of walking around. And we had seen that the pool guy put the like pole they use to kind of get stuff out of the water. What is that noise? Hello? Okay, I think that's just the environment. But yeah, we had peeped that. So what we decided to do, we went and we found the pool stick. And you know, we kind of just started like just hitting the water, just messing around with it. And Andre gets the smart idea to throw the pool stick in the pool. Now, there was no reason for it. I didn't really laugh, but he thought it was hilarious. And so I was like, okay. And then he gives me the bright idea to start throwing things into the pool. He's like, yeah, bro, just throw them into the pool. And I'm like, okay, fuck it. Like, what else do we have to do today? So I go over and we start grabbing the pool chairs and throwing them into the pool. Now, I know we should have gotten in trouble the first time. I don't know how we didn't get in trouble the first time, if I'm being completely honest. I have no idea how we didn't get in trouble the first time. What I do know is that Andre was having the time of his life. I mean, I don't think I seen him smile bigger than the first time we hung out. So, yeah, he was having a blast. We were throwing chairs. We were throwing anything that was on top on the pool side into the water. And then we left. Now, mind you, in front of the pool, there was this kind of gym area for the apartment complex. And then there was the office. So the office people could see us throwing the chairs inside. Now, I don't know, maybe they didn't see us the first day or whatever, but we didn't get in trouble. We literally left, and that was the highlight of the day. The next day, we went, and the chairs were out of the water. So, what are kids gonna do? We went back, and we put the chairs back in the water. And after we put them back in the water, we left again, and we were kind of just walking around. And so it's getting pretty late after that day, and I go back home because you know, gotta be home before the street lights turn on or whatever. And so yeah, I go back home, and my mom is furious. Somehow, the office lady, magically got to my mom without me seeing. I mean, I know I'm walking around an apartment complex, but I was limited, okay? I couldn't go that far. So I don't know when she left the office, but she left the office, snuck to my house, and told my parents. Now, what made me upset is that Andre's mom didn't get told anything, actually. My mom had to tell his mom. So the office lady only went and told on me. So I was in trouble when I got home. And I was grounded. I was grounded for a long time. I was mad because I was like, bro, like, this is all Andre's fault. Like, why did he make me throw the chairs in there? And yeah, so I was pissed. But, you know, it didn't last that long because, well, we're kids and we don't stay mad that long. Newsflash. We're kids and we don't stay mad that long. Yeah, so after I was grounded, went back outside because, you know, what else is there to do? And guess who else is outside? Andre. Turns out he didn't even get grounded after my mom told his mom. Yeah, she just was like, don't do it again. Spanked him a couple times and he was back outside. So yeah, love to find that out. He didn't even get yelled at or anything, really. I told him, I was like, bro, like, why do we throw chairs in the pool, bro? We can't do that anymore. And he was like, yeah, whatever, bro. Like, we're not gonna throw them in the pool no more. It wasn't that fun anyway. So yeah, so there was this field that's also by the pool, mind you. The apartment complex is pretty big, but there's not much. We had like zones, almost. There were like 3 like kind of park areas within the apartment complex, and I live near one of them. I live near the one that's in the middle. There was one on the far left and the far right, and then there's one in the middle. So we're at this kind of park zone area, and it has a hill. So and that's where we would go. And as kids, we used our imagination. So we were just kind of doing whatever. If we had Nerf guns, we would pretend like we were having a battle with aliens or whatever. So for today, we decided to be on different teams, which, you know, it happens. We decided to be on different teams. So basically, we started fighting each other. And as a kid, you don't really know how to lose. So both of us are fighting each other, and we're trying to be the main protagonists, right? Because we don't want to lose, right? We don't want to be the one that dies or whatever. So we're like play fighting, and we're like going, oh no, like this hit connected, or I dodged this, or no, that didn't hit me. And then the fight kind of starts to get a little serious. This is still Andre, by the way, if I didn't make that clear. The fight starts to get a little serious. So he took a swing at me, like an actual full-fisted swing at me, and I ducked and I tackled him to the ground. When I tackled him to the ground, we rode down the hill. Mind you, it's a hill. So we rode down the hill, and then I got up. I was like, bro, what are you doing? And he was like, my bad. I'm just like playing my character. And I was like, bro, what? It's like, you're not playing your character. You just tried to hit me in the head. Like, you tried to take my head off my shoulders. If I wasn't me, if I was a regular guy, you know what I mean, I would have got bodied. Oh my god, why am I doing so much damage to him? And yeah, he was basically just like, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. So I was feeling bad, moods let down. So I went inside to grab something, right? I went inside to grab my helicopter. I had been charging. Because when I would get helicopters and stuff, I would never use them because they were cool, but they seemed like too advanced for me. I would always think to myself like, oh, this is like for older kids. Like, I don't really know how to control the helicopter. So it wasn't really like it was cool, but I couldn't control it. So I didn't really care for it. But I brought it out because I figured like it'd bring the mood up. So I went in and got that, and I brought it out. And I was like flying it a little bit, you know, crashing into walls and windows and whatever outside. And I let Andre use it. I'm like, Andre, you know how to use this? And he was like, yeah. This was one of the worst things I ever did. Maybe not ever did. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh, but one of the worst things I ever did. I let him borrow it, and this idiot decides that it's a good idea to just fly it as high as it can possibly go. Now, I don't know if anyone watching this has ever used an actual helicopter, but when you fly it to a certain height, especially the ones that are not like super expensive, like just the regular Walmart ones, they'll disconnect. They need to be in a certain range of the controller, or else they'll disconnect. I don't know why I'm building right here, but I guess it's kind of flat and it's kind of peaceful over here. Yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, he flies it straight up. He just decides to fly it straight up, like just straight up into the air. And I didn't know it was gonna disconnect. I just was like, oh dang, you're flying it kind of high, and it disconnects and it falls down straight to the ground and it hits the ground. We're still in the valley area, so it landed in grass. It wasn't straight to concrete, but you know, it's not the biggest helicopter, so I'm like, oh snap, like what the heck? I thought it broke it first. He was like, nah, it's fine, it'll be fine. So we ran over there, picked it up, and it was fine. So he does it again, and I'm like, okay, I guess this is fine. And he starts flying it super high, and it's like, it's still moving. It's not going directly straight up. Like, there is still other motion happening, but it's not like anything like super crazy. So I'm like, okay, this is cool. You want to do something else with the helicopter? Maybe fly it in some circles or something. Like you said, you knew how to use it. And so he decides that he's going to fly it to the maximum height again. And he does, and it disconnects, and it lands on the freaking roof. It lands on the freaking roof of the apartment. So I'm like, bro, it's stuck up there. Like, there's no possible way to get on top of those apartment like rooftops. I mean, probably now at my age, I could probably figure out how to get up there somehow. There has to be a way. But as a kid, I'm like looking up, like, how do I get up there? How do I get up there? So yeah, I'm like, bro, you just got my helicopter stuck on an apartment rooftop. What am I supposed to do? And so I'm like, bro, how do I get it down? Like, how do I get it down? My mom's gonna be mad. I got it stuck up there. And so what he decides to do is run back to the pool, hop the fence, and grab the pool stick that we had previously been throwing into the pool. And he hopped back over, because the park thing is right next to the pool, so he can just hop over the fence with the stick. And he starts like he puts the stick up and he starts hitting the rooftop with the pole stick. I don't know if any of you have seen the like pool pole sticks, but they're pretty long. So he's just like trying to get it down. I'm literally at this point I'm fully sending it. I'm just like, okay, back up a little bit, a little this way, no, the other way. And then like we're trying to get it down. And before we can get it down, the office people come out and they're like, hey, what are you doing? And so me and him, we just drop everything and run. I mean, like, we weren't, it probably would have been better to try to explain, but we're kids, bro. They're not going to listen to us. So I think running actually would have been better, which is what we did. We ran. We just dropped the pole stick and we ran. So we ran away. We came back after some time. They put the pole stick up and, what the freak do you want, bro? You ruining my story time. Ooh, 140. Hey, stick around here. I might have something for you. When do we get Bola? Not now. We don't have Bola now. That's unfortunate. Okay, whatever. But yeah, we go back over there and the helicopter is still stuck on the roof. There's no way of getting it down at this point. The office people are just gonna run out if we try to go back to the pool area again. And yeah, basically it's a terrible idea and we don't try to do it. So my helicopter's stuck. I go in the house because I'm mad and I don't even tell my mom that it's stuck up there. I'm just like, whatever, bro. And so a couple days pass by. I go back outside. And Andre's back outside as well. He was outside more than me, man. Like I was probably outside on a 7-day week type of count. I was outside maybe 4 or 5 days. maybe. If school was in, I was out 3 days, bro. He was out, I kid you not, probably every single day. I don't know what he was doing. There was really no other kids. There were other kids, but it was way after he had left. So I don't even know who he was with at the time. Yeah, I have no idea who he's with. But yeah, so a couple days pass by, I go back outside. I'm like, okay, he's out here. What are we gonna do? What? I crafted the wrong thing. Why is that a thing? So I'm like, dang, what do we do today? So he goes inside. He's like, hold on. He grabs his dog. Now, he had a pet chihuahua. And his chihuahua was like every other chihuahua. It was tiny. It was barky. Didn't bite, but it barky. But, you know, was chill enough to go outside and run around with us. So that's what happened. We were just running around playing with his dog. And so we did that for a little bit. It was chill, you know. Probably one of the most chill times I had with him. So I decide to go in and get my bike. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get my bike, so I can ride it alongside the dog, because the dog would run with us. So I was like, okay, let me get my bike. And he was like, oh, you're gonna get your bike? Okay, let me go inside. I'm gonna get my scooter. So now we're fully mobile. I'm on my bike. He's on his scooter. We're riding through the apartment complex. The dog is running with us. And a really, really, really bad experience happens. And this is one of the most memorable parts of this story. So lock in. I told him, hey, let's all race. So he's like, okay. So we line up at this sidewalk. Mind you, I don't know if you've ever been inside of an apartment complex or whatever, but the sidewalks aren't the biggest when you're walking through them. Not for every apartment complex. Like you'll have the sidewalk and then you have like grass around it. So we're trying to stay on the sidewalk. Me on my bike, him on his scooter, and his dog. His dog obviously is gonna run if it has to run in the grass. That's not a big deal. Why are you running this way? What's attacking you? What the heck is that? Oh, it's a Dillo. Okay, I'm not worried about that. So I'm like, on your mark, get set, go. So we all go at the same time on this, trying to all stay on the sidewalk. It's him on the far left, I'm on the far right, the dog's in the middle. I don't know why we lined up like this, but we did. And so I'm going, and the dog trips, and I run the dog over with my bike, and all you hear is, and my bike started twisting, so it flipped, and I flew off my bike and started rolling. And I kid you not, I don't know if y'all have ever seen it. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen like shows where they're like crash, roll, and then hit a tree. But that's literally what happened to me. My bike flipped, crashed into the ground. I'm rolling on the ground, and I hit a tree. And I sit up. I'm like, oh, what just happened? Because in the moment, I don't know what happened. I just know my bike flipped. I heard the dog, and I hit a tree. So I might have to handle this menace over here. Hold on. Yeah. Just die, bro. Okay, that's over with. So yeah, I get up. I'm like, oh, what happened? And Andre has hopped off his scooter, ran to his dog. His dog gets up like normal. It's not like his dog died. Dog didn't die. I don't know how badly he was injured, but he didn't die. He was up, running around like normal, and like, you know, cuddling him and whatever. And I'm like, oh, did I hit your dog? Like, oh, my bad, bro. And he's pissed. He's pissed that I just ran over his chihuahua. He is pissed. So he comes up to, I'm getting up, dusting myself off, and he walks up to me. He's like, and he pushes me, shoves me into the tree. He's like, bro, you just ran over my dog. I'm like, bro, my bad, bro. Like, we were having a race. I didn't do it on purpose. He's like, bro, no, bro. Why did you run over my dog? Why did you run over my dog? And mind you, we're kids, like, so he's being completely unreasonable. He's not saying really much of anything besides, why did you run over my dog? And all I am saying is, my bad. I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to run over your dog. And then he pushes me again. Now at this point, like, once again, I'm a kid, but you're not gonna press me. You're not gonna press me. Like, it just wasn't ever happening. It still isn't happening. Like, so he pushed me again. I'm like, bro, stop touching me, or we're going to fight. Stop touching me. And he was like, no, you ran over my dog. So he does the push animation again, and I basically evade the push, and I shove him to the ground. Like, we're both fully stood up, and I shoved him to the ground, so he fell to the ground. And then he got up, and he started swinging at me. So I'm like, okay, so now we're going blow for blow. We're going blow for blow, band for band, for punches. We're us. And his dog's just sitting there barking. And then I, like, slipped his leg, and basically he's bent on one knee now. So then I put my arm around his head, and I had him in a headlock. That was like, I ain't gonna lie, if you ever been in a fight as a kid, if you got the headlock animation opened, that was the easiest win ever. So I just put him in the headlock, and he couldn't do anything. I was like, are you gonna stop fighting? Are you gonna stop fighting me? And he was like, get off me. I was like, are you gonna stop fighting me? He was like, yes, let me go. So then I let him go, and I pushed him, and then he got his dog, got on his scooter, and left. So yeah, I got my bike, put it back up, went in the house, took a bath, and that was it, bro. But it's not the end of Andre.